My name is Joshua. I used to be a carpenter in the city, but then I had the bright idea to drag a 32-foot wooden sailboat into the woods of eastern Canada where I'm living off-grid. Built in Japan in 1966, for almost half a century she sailed the seven seas only to be marooned on the other side of the world. I aim to fix that. The only problem, I've never worked on a boat before. This is a boat in the woods. October 19th, 2025. I'm finally back to work on the boat. The woods ban was lifted on the 15th, so I can start using my generator and power tools again. I only got things set up and did a bit of cleanup today. I had a late start after just getting back from my visit with my family for Thanksgiving. October 20th. I picked up some strapping from the sawmill to help stabilize the hull once I begin the rebuilding process. Later, I kept cleaning up debris and started to remove the fuel lines and the two berths that held the diesel tanks. Yikes. As more of the hull is exposed, I'm starting to see just how bad the frames are looking. It's weird, they don't seem to be rotten, they're all just cracked and falling apart. I also removed the bilge pump and the hose. I won't be reusing them, but the fuel lines seem to be in great shape, so I'll keep them on hand. Oh, it stinks. October 21st. I removed the main section of the sole, or flooring, in the cabin all in one big chunk. I maybe should have disassembled it, but at least it's going to be easy to keep all the floorboards together. That was stupid. Afterwards, I started to vacuum the debris from the bilge. It sounds like my shot vac might be dying from all the bilge gunk.
Gordon, what are you doing? Come on.
October 22nd. I started the morning by emptying an entire can of penetrating fluid on the engine. I'll do this a few more times before I try to pull it out of the boat. Pretty much every bolt that isn't stainless steel is rusty. I should probably have done it in the morning because the fumes made me pretty woozy. I spent a while trying to remove the weird black tar-like stuff from the bilge. It looks like it could be pitch or something called Jeffrey's marine glue. Oh, come on. Whatever. I'll have to try again when it's colder out. Some of it's coming out easily, but most of it is too soft. I've been using large wood screws to grab the material and then prying it up with a hammer and pry bar, but often the screws just rip right out. It's probably just the heat from the friction of driving the screw in, but I still think the whole process will be easier in the cold. What is this stuff? I decided to switch gears and start ripping out all of the wiring and electrical equipment. Oh. I also pulled out some of the rigging from the lazarette before it started to get dark and stormy, and I called it for the night. October 23rd. I spent most of the day organizing rigging, wiring, navigational equipment, and furniture, and prepping everything for storage. Later, I tried pulling out the unidentified black goo from the bilge again with some huge lag bolts, but I still didn't have any luck. I'll just have to wait for more of the colder weather that's on its way. Oh man. Overall, not a bad week, but it always takes me a bit to rebuild the momentum after some time off. I was able to see most of my family, did 2 Thanksgiving dinners on the same day, went mountain biking with my dad, went to a pumpkin patch with my little sister.
Break the stone.
Let me get murdered.
Shoot the ball.
Oh yeah. I got a good shot of you. Trust.
And then flew home. I ended up driving over 1,600 kilometers last week on top of the flights.